everyone, and welcome back to the Chronic Corner. I'm Lauren, and this episode is all about long COVID. It seems like everywhere you're seeing these words, as so many people are experiencing long COVID and symptoms or being diagnosed with dysautonomia and POTS. So we want to make a quick video to briefly go over it and to kind of celebrate our partnership with the Long COVID Alliance, which is a nonprofit that is dedicated to raising awareness and understanding and education for long COVID. So all the information in this video is from them. There's a link in the description below if you'd like to learn more about long COVID in general. So first of all, it has a lot of different names that it goes by. There's like 5. The most common is long COVID. It's also known as long haul COVID, long-term COVID, PASC, and PACS. Oh, that's a mouthful. Basically, it is people who have had COVID and experience long-term symptoms for at least 90 days and feel like they are not their normal selves, that they're experiencing things that they typically don't. So the reason that this is so important right now is because about 10 to 20% of those who have had COVID end up developing long COVID. And a lot of those people with long COVID have been stating that they are dealing with symptoms that are very similar to many chronic illnesses, especially POTS and dysautonomia. We've had so many people reach out to us on our social media and our YouTube channel and our website forum, even saying, I had COVID, I'm experiencing these symptoms, I'm dizzy all the time, I feel like I'm going to pass out, very typical POTS symptoms, and they don't know what to do or where to turn. So this video is to help them with that. So there are some findings now coming out that long COVID has a strong relationship with long-term chronic illnesses that are known to have some kind of post-viral component, such as chronic fatigue syndrome, POTS, mast cell activation syndrome, or other forms of dysautonomia, and of course many more. Those are just kind of the main top ones. So it's very interesting. It's bringing a lot of light to POTS and dysautonomia, which is a huge silver lining to this whole situation and epidemic. And it's really helping people know what POTS is, and know that there are all these organizations out there to help them with resources that they can use. And the symptoms, just like POTS, just like most chronic illness, vary so much person to person. They're really finding it doesn't matter how severe your COVID symptoms were, that everyone's body is different. The main ones are dizziness upon standing, are difficulty breathing, tiredness or fatigue, symptoms that get worse after mental or physical activities. So as we all know, post-exertional malaise, brain fog or difficulty thinking or concentrating, cough, chest or stomach pain, headache, heart palpitations, joint or muscle pain, pins and needles feeling, diarrhea, sleep problems, fever, rash, mood changes, change in smell or taste, which we all know this is pretty typical with COVID, and changes in your menstrual period cycles. A lot of these coincide with so many chronic illnesses that it can be really hard to narrow it down. But Long COVID Alliance has a part on their website that actually has clinics listed that specialize in long COVID. So if you did have COVID, feel like you might have, long COVID or be a long hauler and might have POTS of some kind and want to seek out treatment, these clinics might be a really great place to start. Always start with your primary physician and to get their perspective and their opinion and make sure it's not something else. But it is worth looking into. And again, to learn more about long COVID, visit Long COVID Alliance. And for all things dysautonomia, visit Dinet.org. Thank you so much for watching.